Tonight on the Pulse, the Oskaloosa Indian football team is off to a rough start this season. Except for high school and college football, soccer, volleyball, NFL news regarding a former Penn player, there ain't much going on. Wait, there really is a bunch going on, and we'll tell you all about it on the season premiere of OSP.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Oskaloosa Sports Pulse. I'm Jason Van Zetten.
And I'm Jason Madison.
Oskaloosa football coach Mark Schilb is coming off an 8-3 record. Would the second year go as well as his first? Coach Schilb has to adjust to life without graduating seniors Adam Raleigh and Tyler Hafner in the backfield.
Any feelings of uncertainty were raised to level when the maroon and white dropped their road opener 35-25. On the sidelines that game were juniors Andrew Landry and Drew Richmond, the Indians' only rushing returners. Richmond is out the entire season with a neck injury he suffered last fall in the first round of state, while Landry will miss limited time with cracked ribs he suffered during the offseason. With signs of weakness, would Oskaloosa muster up enough strength to knock off the 9th-ranked Grinnell Tigers at Lacey Stadium last Friday? The Tigers quarterback Eli Dunn put it to an end, throwing for 209 yards and 4 touchdowns in a 50-7 rout. The 0-2 Indians' only TD came in the second quarter on a 27-yard pass from Jesse Van Dalen to Ty Sarver. Oskaloosa travels to Carlisle. The action begins at 7 p.m. The last time these two teams met was during last year's playoffs. The Indians knocked off the Tigers 23-22.
On the college train, William Penn traveled to Mount Pleasant 2 weeks ago to kick off its season and came home with a 39-14 win over Iowa Wesleyan. The NAIA's 14th ranked squad stayed on the road last Saturday where the Navy and Gold blanked Bethel, Kansas. J-Matt 54-0 to remain undefeated at 2-0. In related news, many awards were handed out to William Penn. Starting with the Midwest Offensive Player of the Week, Oskaloosa's own Tyler Sparks rushed the ball 22 times for 139 yards and 2 touchdowns. As a whole, the Statesman picked up 365 yards on the ground. Fellow junior Marcus Kerrigan earned the league Special Team Player of the Week honor as the place kicker opened up Saturday's scoring with a 34-yarder and concluded that with a 52-yarder. That second kick, if you're wondering, was the longest field goal for the Statesman since 1990. Lastly, the entire Statesman defense received the NAIA Defensive Player of the Week status from Beyond Sports Network. William Penn's defense limited the Thrashers to just 49 total yards of offense, highlighted by just 5 rushing yards. The Statesman forced 4 turnovers, taking on 1 fumble and running it back to the house. William Penn returns to Oskaloosa this Saturday for its home opener, hosting Lutheran in non-conference action at 3 p.m. So if you're unable to make the game, MCG is going to bring it right to your home on Channel 7 at 3 p.m.
This has also been an exciting week for former William Penn defensive tackle Damon Harrison. But before we tell you what happened, we give you a little backstory to the young man's journey to the next level. We go back to last spring when the 6'4", 350-pounder was working on his speed, strength, and agility here in Oskaloosa, preparing for his NFL Pro Day. OSP was there with the Louisiana native as he honed in on his goals. Thursday afternoon in the Penn Activity Center, defensive juggernaut Damon Harrison is getting in one of his last workouts before his pro day. But what has been going on? I mean, in your own personal life, since word has gotten out about you possibly going into the NFL, and I mean, you're training right now. You have an agent. I mean, what's life like for Damon Harrison right now?
I mean, it's pretty crazy. A whole lot of phone calls, emails, text messages from everybody. You know, everybody wants to see you. They want to talk to you. I mean, and I love it. I enjoy the attention. You know, I'm not the type of guy who would tell anybody no for anything. You know.
Before returning to his old stomping grounds here in Oski, the NFL prospect has been training in Boca Raton, Florida for the past month and a half on a 6-day regimen.
Mondays, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're going full go weightlifting, running, agility drills, and on Wednesday is our yoga day. And Saturday, they call it the extreme workout day, where we go on the hill. It's like the hill maybe 100 yards upwards and on the incline, and we run that like 6 times. So Saturdays, pretty hectic.
Working on his speed, power, and overall strength wasn't hard to continue, but transitioning mentally from a college athlete to a pro has been a small hardship.
The physical part of it is done, and it's a whole lot of test taking, sitting around waiting, people poking at your mind, trying to see what you're thinking, and it is the speed of the game and just life in general has changed drastically.
Not only that, but the local venue where he's going to show off his skills changed. Instead of Penn's campus, he's heading to Iowa State's, and the move may boost Harrison's stock in the NFL draft.
It's going to help a whole lot because in Ames it'll be some actual owners there and the GMs, the guys who make the decision, and they get a chance to see me firsthand as opposed to having a scout just coming with a piece of paper saying this is what he do. And then everybody out telling me they want to see me go up against the offensive lineman they have there, so that'll be fun.
Besides the rare opportunity putting a smile on the Louisianan's face, so do the people in Oskaloosa, his home away from home.
That's one thing I like about Oskaloosa. It's not one person here who I think is against me. Everybody's all for me because they know I'm representing the program at the end of the day. And the more attention I can bring to the school, that'll be better for them in the future because guys will know that it's not just a regular football program being run here in Oskaloosa. They're actually producing players.
Unfortunately, Harrison wasn't selected by any teams during this year's draft, but he was picked up by the New York Jets as a free agent. I sat down with the 23-year-old as he explained his excitement as possibly becoming an NFL rookie. So how does it feel right now knowing that you're going to the NFL?
It feels kind of surreal right now. It hasn't hit me yet. I think it'll hit me when I get to New York, actually get out the plane and see the big lights and see a big city. But, I'm excited and I'm just ready to get to work.
So what do you have to do over the course of the next 3 days when you venture out there?
It's rookie mini camp. We're going to have a few padded practices and some conditioning and test taking and, physical.
What's the purpose of this camp?
Just to get the coaches familiar with some of the guys and the rookies to get into the playbooks and, to get familiar with some of the other rookie teammates and some of the guys who are on a trial basis, to see if they'll get an invite into camp.
Not only did the former statesman get familiar with the Jets organization, but he will don the green and white all this season unless he is released to another team before the trade deadline before Week 8. Harrison survived the Jets' cuts over the summer to be a member of the 53-man roster. The nose tackle is the only undrafted free agent rookie to make it this far with the Jets. As a rookie, he will be making a minimum of $390,000. When we return, we'll hit the volleyball court with Oskaloosa High and William Penn. We'll be right back.
You should see my bank. It can do awesome things. Mom says it's just like the Four Seasons. Always there. Helping communities grow and be a better place to live and work. All because my bank lives here too.
Live Iowa, work Iowa, bank Iowa. Member FDIC.
Bates Funeral Chapel, where community is more than just a location. Where compassion is more than just a feeling. Where history is more than just a time. Bates Funeral Chapel, where service is more than just a word.
The doctor is in and no appointments are needed. Come to Dr. Salami's today and let the doc heal your hunger. Come to Dr. Salami's for friendly staff, casual atmosphere, and good friends. When you get here, you'll be treated to affordable prices, hearty portions, and good food. So come on down to Dr. Salami's today, your place for good friends, good food, good times.
If you buy the renegade idea that investing should be discussed face to face, not just inbox to inbox.
If you believe that your relationship with your investments shouldn't be long distance.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and ThinkTime make a difference.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
Visit one of your friendly Oskaloosa reps today.
You know what makes spring so much fun in Iowa? The colors!
Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa has them all in everything that's new for spring. So look over our fun and unique decorations, accents, and flowers. We have everything you need to get your home and your life in a joyful springtime mood. Shop Mahaska Drug and turn that winter drab into a dazzling array of colors and enjoy the new life all around us. Come visit us this week and take the time to look around. Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa. It's big, really big.
Fall sports are off the ground and running, and Oskaloosa has a new face heading up the school's volleyball program. OSP's Jay Madison tells us the young women already have a deep connection with the Indians.
Old stomping grounds. We all visit them after we become adults, recalling the glory years where representing your school was all that mattered regardless of sport or interest. Well, what if you had a chance to add to those memories? Oskaloosa's new head volleyball coach, Jennifer Comfort, shows us how.
Get up, nice, run. Hey, keep pushing. I'm really excited for the opportunity to be a part of the Indians again. It's really great to have the maroon on.
Comfort's school pride started long before she suited up for OHS. Her mother, Carol Snowbarger, started Oskaloosa's volleyball program in 1983. From there, her love for the sport grew.
I wanted to be out on that court, and I wanted to play for the Indians so bad. And so, yeah, ever since I was little, I do remember thinking about that and just wanting that. So when I made it my freshman year, I was just ecstatic.
Those feelings of volleyball fever were infectious as the rest of her family caught the bug.
My sister was a manager that was a class below me, and my sister was a freshman when I was a senior and was a setter for us. So all three of us were on this team at the same time. And not only that, my dad was always around to help set or whatever it was to talk about the games afterwards. So it wasn't just my mom that was so involved, it was actually the whole family.
With such a support system in place at home, Comfort found a balance between school and sports, which aids her coaching today.
I think it just helps that I've been in this exact gym and this exact situation that each one of these girls are going through. I've been in their halls. I know their teachers. So I feel like I understand fully what they're going through as athletes.
As a player, Comfort was part of 3 conference championships and 4 state qualifying teams. Now as a coach, she will seek similar success with her mother backing her up.
She's definitely my #1 fan, and I appreciate that. And it's nice to have, not only a mentor, but a mother in that same position.
The Oskaloosa volleyball team was in action Cedar Rapids Washington tournament over the weekend. Pool play started off with a 2-set win against Cedar Rapids Jefferson. The young ladies then fell to Cedar Rapids Washington in 2 sets to place second in their pool. The Indians helped the championship bracket where they were matched up with Cedar Rapids Xavier and the 10th ranked team in Class 4A. The Indians lost both sets eventually in the tournament champions. Coach Comfort now 5-5 in the conference, starting this weekend with Pella visiting Oskaloosa.
Moving up a level in Wisconsin, the Lady Statesman volleyball team had a decent outing at the Beloit Buck Blast Invitational over the weekend. William Penn, 5-4 this season, finished 3-1 as the team swept Presentation South Dakota, Milwaukee School of Engineering Wisconsin, and McAllister, Minnesota in the 2-day tournament. However, the perfect streak was cut short when WPU lost to Hamlin, Minnesota 3-1 in the championship game. A new room at Oskaloosa High School is giving students some surprising options for this fall.
Promise me, son, not to do the things I've done. I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever, amen.
I'm begging of you, please don't take my man.
I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole.
The biggest stars, the classic hits, KIIC.
Whoa. Sure, you can take big bites of the handcrafted quarter pounder with cheese, but soon it's half gone. What have I done, you think? Your bites get smaller as you try to savor what's left with scientific precision. And as that last bittersweet bite of 100% beef and cheese tickles over your taste buds, you think, until next time, dear friend. Until next time.
The simple joy of savoring every bite.
I chose William Penn for its commitment to academic excellence.
I chose William Penn for its commitment to athletics.
I chose William Penn for its commitment to diversity. I chose William Penn to become a leader.
Why would you choose William Penn?
Great moments are born of great opportunity. Meant to be here tonight. One game. This is your time.
The preseason is over at William Penn, but it was enough time to get two new coaches a glance at what's coming this fall. The men's soccer coach Greg Jaworski and women's coach Willie McGowan look over the two programs as they were in a bit of a slump. OSP found out the new coaches wanted to build confidence first with wins to follow.
Push yourself. Gregory, get first. Come on.
On the Lacey soccer fields west of town, a new coaching staff is breaking down the statesmen only to build them up.
What I consider to be hard work and what other people consider to be hard work is somewhat different. And what they have to do is adjust to what myself and the rest of the coaching staff think is putting in a solid effort.
2, 1, come on.
Tuesday, expectations got a bit clearer when head coach Greg Jaworski had the men run 10 120-yard sprints for standing around on the first day of practice.
I think it's all been just establishing a culture. With the guys that were here last year, it's reintroducing them to everything that we want with the new William Penn soccer. And the new guys need to figure out college soccer.
Come on, Grant, let's go. You're playing. Let's go.
Back on campus in the Penn Activity Center, the Lady Statesmen were moving into a new era with their head coach, Willie McGowan.
As a coach, I mean, it's my job to create environments that's going to help them get out of that funk, that gives them that positive experience to build on. And, you know, so far we've been doing that.
Apply!
Like the men, the women haven't had a lot of success since the early 2000s, and McGowan knows it's going to take time for new and old players to develop.
We're trying to do little things now that hopefully in a year or maybe even 2-3 years we start to see the big picture.
As two-a-days continue for the next 2 weeks, McGowan and Jaworski are working together and want people to realize the overall picture and not to get hung up on wins and losses.
What we want to see is improvement. You know, we want to be better than we were last year. We want to be better in October than we are now in August. And I think, like I said, those things will take care of itself. That's how we'll label ourselves this year.
Currently, the men's soccer team has a 1-3 record, and the Lady Statesmen have a goose egg in their column at 0-5. Both programs are back on the pitch this weekend at the William Penn Classic.
Every year, teachers try to revamp their curriculum, getting rid of what doesn't work and expanding on what does. As I found out, 2 Oskaloosa High School teachers have been rearranging their lesson plans since January, preparing a new cardio room nicknamed The Loft.
Talk about a facelift. What was once an abandoned art room used for storage is now a state-of-the-art exercise facility equipped with jump ropes, medicine balls, treadmills, and more. All of this was put into motion to prepare students to live healthier lives as they head into adulthood.
This is real world type stuff, and we keep telling them we're not going to be there when they graduate from high school. We're not going to say, hey, it's time to run now, it's time to lift. And so I think they're really enjoying the different variety and the structure.
Feel that? Yeah. And so you can go clear up.
The 50-minute PE classes are arranged to keep kids guessing from day to day. The course's mixture also caters to individual needs, a change senior Hannah Grayheck is pleased with.
I really enjoy the cardio room, or they call it the loft, because lifting really isn't for everybody. Like me personally, not much of a lifter, so I like the option to go and run on the treadmills or like do the other options that are a little simpler.
We've got variety going on in here. We have all the cardio machines being used. You're using fitness DVDs up on the big screens. We've got using Fit Deck cards out on the balcony. And we're going to use just several different things so that they're not going to get bored with doing the same old thing.
As Gray and Foster shift to a more fitness-based program that keeps kids moving, students feel more positive about the time spent in their classes.
I really like the opportunity that it feels like a gym, like you go into like the YMCA.
I can tell we put in a lot of hours in planning what we're going to do, finding the exercises, finding the videos, and
it's really nice to have, you know, 2 teachers that care that much about our physical education and our well-being as young adults.
Well, it's very rewarding to see the kids get to use it. We didn't do it for us, we did it for them. And this is just a whole new dimension, another room, another, you know, part of this building for them to use. And we just thank the people so much that have supported us.
The high school is considering leaving the room open for students and staff before and after school. If that were to happen, signage would have to be put into place and volunteers would need to be trained to manage the loft's equipment. That's it for this week's show. Be sure to catch replays of OSP Fridays at 10 p.m., Saturdays at 7 a.m., 10 a.m., and 10 p.m., as well as Sundays at 8 a.m., 11 a.m., and 10 p.m. here on MCG Channel 7. And make sure you watch us and the rest of the CRI team online at www.critv.org.
J-Man Damon Harrison, we talked with him last season. It's awesome to see this man make the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, at times when you think a player from this level, the NAIA, they won't have a chance or aren't able to get that kind of recognition. It kind of shows that, you know, hard work, determination, and sometimes just straight skill and luck can land you in the big leagues.
Yeah, that's definitely making a statement about the NAIA. For Jay Madison, I'm Jason Van Zetten. We'll be back next Friday at 5 p.m. with a brand new episode of OSP.